I think we might have just found one of the best visas to stay long-term in the Philippines without having to pay hefty fees and also constantly renew. What's up, Savvy Expats? In this video, we'll be touching on the soon-to-launch Digital Nomad visa and everything that you need to know about it. And no, while it may look like I'm about to tell spooky ghost stories, it's not the case. I'm going to be showing you how you could potentially stay in the Philippines long-term. From how to qualify for this visa to the benefits that you get from obtaining it, by the end of this video, you will have a comprehensive understanding of all that the Philippine Digital Nomad visa entails. So enough talk, let's get into this. Might have been over the moon to hear about this launch of this new Digital Nomad visa. This can be a major game changer for the Philippines because just like Thailand and Bali, the Philippines can be the next digital nomad destination for remote workers and digital nomads. Let's take it back. This all started in June of last year, 2023, when the Philippines made waves in the world of remote work by announcing a game-changing initiative, the Philippine Digital Nomad Visa. So the goal of this Digital Nomad Act is not only to draw in a wave of remote working professionals, but also to boost the Philippine tourism revenue by capitalizing on the country's tropical allure. And for you business owners that are looking to outsource or are already outsourcing in the Philippines, this opportunity presents itself as a way for you to work in closer proximity to your employees. So with that being said, what does this visa entail? Well, the main centerpiece of this new visa program is being able to stay in the country for 2 years. Yes, you heard me right. You can stay in the Philippines for an extra 2 years on this visa. Essentially, this visa will grant remote workers who are employed outside of the Philippines an initial 12-month stay, which is also renewable for an additional 12 months after that if you do want to extend. Pretty enticing, isn't it? So unlike the typical Philippine tourist visa where you can only extend in 1, 2, and 6 month durations up to 3 years, with this visa, you only have to extend twice, which removes a lot of the headache, and by that, you can get 2 years in the country. With that being said, that may bring you to wonder, so Evan, when are they finally launching this visa? Well, according to the Bureau of Immigration, it's expected that applications will be open in early 2024. And while there's no exact date, it is rumored that this digital nomad visa will be launched this month of February or even by March. But until then and further announcement, remote workers looking to visit the Philippines can only come on a tourist visa. And in that case, you'll be granted 30 days in the country upon arrival, and you can extend up to 3 years here. Now, before we get into how to actually qualify for the Digital Nomad Visa, quick announcement, I just recently launched a new program to hold you by the hand in your move to the Philippines. That said, if you're looking to move to the Philippines as a retiree or a digital nomad, and you want all the unknowns and uncertainties out of the equation for the most smooth transition as possible, feel free to check out our 3-month Expat University program in the link in the description. All right, back to the topic at hand. While full details have yet to be released by the Philippine government in regards to the Digital Nomad Visa, here's what I do know about the proposed conditions of this visa. So just to be clear of how the Digital Nomad Visa works, remote workers will be able to apply to live in the Philippines while working remotely for companies or clients, now get this, outside of the Philippines to be granted an initial 12-month stay in the country. Again, you must be working for a company or clients outside the Philippines to qualify for this visa. That said, it will be extendable for an additional 12 months after your initial 12-month stay, giving you a full period of 2 years if you as the applicant meet all of the requirements. And in case you're wondering, workers or employees are not required to pay local taxes on their international income. Likewise, individuals on this visa are not permitted to work for Filipino employers. In addition to that, do note that there is a minimum income requirement to qualify for this visa. And as of the moment, no information has been provided as to whether or not partners and dependents can accompany the digital nomad visa applicants. However, if the case may be, it is expected that you as the applicant will be able to apply to be accompanied by your partner or dependent children if they are under the age of 18. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the main requirements to actually qualify for the digital nomad visa. First things first, applicants will be required to show proof that they do have a stable income source that's coming from outside of the Philippines. So how would you go about doing this? Well, this could include a contract of employment or documentation showing that you are self-employed or a sole trader, and also that you have a stable income source. And as I mentioned earlier, the Philippine government did say that there will be a minimum income requirement similar to other countries that are already offering a digital nomad visa. Neighboring countries like Malaysia, for example, do have a minimum income requirement of $25,000 per year for digital nomads. However, across the sea, Thailand has a much higher minimum income requirement of around $80,000 per year, or $40K per year if you have a master's degree in a relevant digital field. Now, while the Philippines hasn't laid out the specifics just quite yet for the minimum income requirement, many countries that do possess the digital nomad visa do require that the minimum income requirement for nomads be at least double of the minimum wage of the country. In this case, the minimum wage of the Philippines is $2,053 per year, while the average wage in the Philippines is $12,955 per year. That being said, and this is just speculation on my end, it seems likely that the minimum income requirement for digital nomads in the Philippines will be around $24,000 per year. But we shall see. The second requirement to qualify for this visa is full healthcare coverage. The Philippine government has already explicitly stated that in order to qualify for this visa, you must have full healthcare coverage for the entire duration of your stay in the Philippines, whether it be the initial 12 months or whether you're staying the full 2 years. As far as healthcare in the Philippines, the private sector within the major cities of the country is good quality. On the flip side of the coin, if you are going to the remote provinces of the Philippines, the healthcare there is less reliable, but nevertheless, if you do need access to quality healthcare contacts and coverage plans, feel free to shoot me an email and I can get you in touch with somebody. Now, the third requirement to qualify for this visa is a clean criminal record. The Philippine government has already stated that they will require applicants to prove that they have no criminal record whatsoever. And in order to do this, make sure that you go to the local law enforcement agencies within your home country before you come here to issue you a document verifying that you have a clean criminal record. Also, don't forget that you will have to verify these documents by an apostille before it can be used internationally for your visa application. And I know all these steps for acquiring a visa, let alone even making a full move to the Philippines, can sound real daunting. Rest assured, I created a free 15-step checklist that will demystify any possible questions you may have when it comes to making such a significant move in your life. But other than that, if you're moving to the Philippines within the next 1 to 3 months and you need someone to handle the entire move for you, whether it be finding your rental without getting overcharged or handling all of your visa work and acquiring your visa for you, you can book a free 15-minute call with me in the link in the description down below. We'll have a little discussion and I'll see if you're a good fit to work with me. Alright, we now have an idea of the requirements that you need to take on to qualify for the digital nomad visa. Number 1, proof of employment outside of the Republic of the Philippines. 2, a minimum income requirement, which is yet to be fully disclosed by the Philippine government. 3, full healthcare coverage during the entire duration of your stay. And 4, a clean criminal record that's been apostilled. That being said, how do you actually apply for the digital nomad visa in the Philippines? While details of the application process for the Philippine remote work visa is yet to be fully announced, from the looks of it, it seems likely that the initial applications will be submitted via the government's online visa portal. And once you've applied online, you'll then have to go to your local Philippine embassy or consulate within your home country to submit the originals of your documents and passport. Now, if you're curious as to how to reach the Philippines online visa portal, just type in visa.gov.ph in your browser and you should be good to go. Now, time for me to address some additional questions that you may have had on your mind. So let's just run through this. If you're curious as to when the digital nomad visa will open, it's likely that it will open in early 2024, maybe this month of February, or late in March. And you also may be wondering, how long will it take to process my digital nomad visa? As you may know, applications for the Philippine work and student visas can take up to 2 to 3 months to be processed. And so the time required to process a digital nomad visa will likely be pretty similar. Next question I want to address, how much will it cost to apply for the Philippine digital nomad visa? Unfortunately, the costs for this have yet to be released, so with using the student visa fee as a reference, this should be considered the minimum potential fee for the digital nomad visa, $250. And the last question that I want to address again is taxes, because this may be a major concern for some of you. One of the main elements of the digital nomad visa that the Philippine government has clearly addressed is that digital nomads in the Philippines are not liable whatsoever to pay local income tax. Of course, you will be liable to pay taxes on your income of your home country wherever you are employed. And the only con I can see of being a digital nomad in the Philippines in comparison to Bali, for example, or Thailand, is that here in the Philippines, we still do have spotty internet connection. If you are in a provincial location outside of the major cities of Makati, BGC, and a few more in Manila, you will find that the internet connection can sometimes be pretty unreliable and weak. But other than that, if you are in a more trendy digital nomad destination in the Philippines, even if it's outside in the provinces, for example, Siargao and Boracay, you can find plenty of cafes and coffee shops that offer free and pretty fast Wi-Fi speeds. For me personally, the internet connection here in BGC is always up and working, fast, reliable, 24/7, and we rarely get any blackouts. And so there you have it, Savvy Expats. That is a full guide to the digital nomad visa program that is soon to launch in the Philippines. And once again, while I do wish I could provide you with more information on this visa, the Philippine government has yet to release full details and information on this program. So what you've heard here is all that we know thus far about the Philippine digital nomad visa. And so, thank you for watching Savvy Expats. As always, it's a pleasure, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.